Welcome to 688, the Bull Radio, and we have some great news, but I'm going to head over to a press conference and let you hear for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the press conference via video. I know that with everything going on right now, the video is the best way to do it, and we got some great news. First thing I want to say is thanks to the NBA, we have been added as an expansion team, and we are incredibly thankful for the opportunity that we've gotten from the NBA. And as a brand new organization, we're going to have a lot of hurdles to overcome. The first thing first is we want to thank the NBA for allowing us to do this. And we want to thank the great city of Kansas City for wanting basketball back in their lives and back into this great city. It was once here before and moved to Sacramento, but Kansas City fans have always been here and they want to see a basketball team, and because of them and everything, we were able to work with the NBA and get an expansion team made. We have a long road to go, but I know with the support from the city and the great people of Kansas City, this is definitely something we can do. We're excited to start bringing some championships back to the city, and we are going to be known as the Kansas City Huskies. And we're definitely going to take pride in the city and give it back to the city on and off the court. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, so much for the support. And go Huskies.
So you heard it here first on 688, the Bull Radio, and we are going to bring in the brand new owner, Soccer Gaming, in to talk about the team, to talk about how everything is going to work, kind of what actually happened, and what this means for the city of Kansas City. So bringing in the new general manager of Slacker Gaming. Slacker, how did you get into this position and how did this all come about?
Well, as a basketball lover, growing up in Kansas City area, it's been a long time since we had basketball in the professional variety. Growing up so close to Lawrence and watching KU, Kansas University Jayhawks, and the dynasty that they've built with Bill Self and Roy Williams, it gets me excited to see what we can do in Kansas City. And this is my home, and I wanted to bring basketball back from when we used to be the Kansas City Kings. Then they moved to Sacramento, so we kind of lost the name. But I think the city deserves a professional basketball team, and I'm so glad that we can make this a reality. And we then proposed our location and how we like to be able to make this happen, and the NBA looked into it and gave us a verdict. Luckily, there are several other teams filed this year for the expansion slots, and since the NBA is always growing and there isn't much of a central or Midwest kind of team to cheer for, our bid was accepted. And then after that, we had to make some calls and try to get the organization spots filled, like general manager, all that stuff, all the way down to what we're going to sell for merch, what we're going to sell for hot dogs and all that stuff. So this is definitely a long time coming. It's been, I think, about a year and a half since we started doing this, and finally able to come out and tell you, and pretty much everything's in place already. We got a few things kind of to do, but pretty much everything's in place right now, and we're super excited to get this started.
After you got the acceptance, how did you feel the team with the great young players you did? Some of the players, most of the players are really, really young, but how did all that work, and kind of what team do we expect to be able to put on the court this first year?
Well, before we even signed a coach or anything, we decided on how we thought the best way to build this organization, and we decided that we would take the slow approach and try to make some income so we could court a winning NBA title team type of team in the next 5 years. So with how great these young men are coming out of the draft, and how it didn't take long to be able to find great players in the organization. So we wanted to get some of the young talent, and we felt like they'll grow up in the system and build with us and be a part of the winning culture in the future. We are part of the expansion draft, which the other 3 teams were also accepted into this expansion draft. And all 4 of us basically selected players from other organizations that were not protected. So organization could protect a certain amount of players. If the player wasn't protected, we could go ahead and draft them. And we've made these selections, and they will be released to the public soon. We have contacted all the players, and they all seem very happy to be a part of this great organization.
Thank you so much, and good luck this year. So, our first game of the season of the organization, we're going to play an expansion team, the Panthers, and let's jump into it right now. Into the first quarter, we're up 31-20 against the Panthers, and hopefully we can come away with the first victory of the year. Right now, up 11 after the first quarter. Players playing well. Jabari Parker playing well. Going to the second quarter, Panthers getting off to a blazing start, 12-2, and just like that, the Panthers are ahead of us, 49-37.
Greg, who would you choose?
We're going to head and jump into the game and see if we can come back.
Points in the game.
Mikhailuk with the pull-up three is going to drill it, and just like that, scores 40-49. A missed three from Boston. We're on the run here. Pass up to Milton. Milton to Mikhailuk, and he's going to get the and one. Off of the foul. Makes the layup. Mikhailuk playing well early on. Love to see a Kansas-born guy or a Kansas-playing guy from college doing well.
And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just
43-51. A pull-up three by Mikhailuk. He's going to drill it, and the halftime score is going to be 46-55. The Huskies giving up a big amount of points in that second quarter, 35 in total after being up 11. So now down at 9.5. Going into the third quarter, 19-24 is how it's going to finish. Mikhailuk with 11 points. Looks like Brooks got 11 and 6. Parker 11 and 7. We got a couple of guys that are playing well early on.
Parker kicks to Jones.
Jones going to take this three. Tyus Jones going to drill it, and that's going to help bring Kansas City in. 92-81, and the block, the stuff by the big man Brooks. Brooks from Oregon played well in the tournament, kind of became that tournament type of guy, and a big block there for Brooks.
Jones kicks to
McLemore looking, he's going to pass it into Parker. Parker going to make a move and the stuff. He stuffs it down over the defender. Beautiful job by Parker. A lot of good things we're seeing here tonight from this young team. Boston going to take the three, miss it, run and gun. And Brooks going to get through the middle and dunk this one. Dylan Brooks, the slam jam. Thank you, ma'am. And Boston with the lead here. Up by 10, 4 minutes left, and it's single-digit lead now, 90-98, 5.4 seconds left. Boston running away with this one, over 10. Mikhailuk gonna make this, not gonna make a difference. 111-116 will be the final score, so Kansas City not able to come out and get the victory, but I feel like they've got a lot of young talent. I feel like what we've seen here tonight is something that we will definitely see from this team moving on, and I think they're going to be good. Mikhailuk came out with 24 strong points, leading it. He went 3 from 11 from 3 points, so if he can bring that down and hit better three-pointers, then this team's looking good. Jabari Parker, 18 and 9, almost a double-double. Dylan Brooks, 16 and 6, so he had a good game as well. Let's go over and talk to the head coach, Michael Stauffer, and find out what he thought after the first game. Hey, Coach, welcome to 688, the Bull Radio, and let's just start it off with, even though it was a loss and it was against an expansion team, kind of a new team coming in, they definitely had older, I guess, experience and stuff. But how did you think your team played in their first game?
I think we have a bunch to learn from, but I think seeing our team at full speed in game situations let us know as a staff what we need to improve first. a bunch of young players never played together, and it's one thing to practice against one another. It's another to come out against other players, other teams, people that you don't know, people that you don't know their tendencies and stuff like that. So that was, we only had scouted through game tape, so we didn't really know how they're going to attack us. So I think we have a bunch of learning lessons from this in our first game, and I think we'll definitely go into the game room, go into the game tape, look at it, and just try to improve.
The first game was against another expansion team, and do you feel like they're already ahead of your organization already? I know they had a lot of older people and stuff, but how do you feel? You're both kind of coming in this as an expansion team, and I'm just wondering how you felt like you did up against another expansion team.
Well, the organizations are being built differently. The team we played had a ton of veteran players and have been in the league for years, even though they weren't on the same team necessarily. They're kind of those older veteran players. And if you look at our team, our oldest veteran has 3 or 4 years of NBA experience. So I think we have a more talented bunch, but I think we just don't have the game experience yet. The players will learn about themselves this year, and just as our staff will, we'll learn to teach them how to teach them as players and how to keep them growing. And we'll grow as a team together and start winning games soon.
Thank you so much for joining 688 The Bull Radio, and we will catch you next week.
Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button, and we will see you next week. I know this video came out a little later than I needed to, but feeling a lot better with the voice, and we're going to keep the NBA coming out every Monday. I know this is released a week behind, but every Monday we'll keep these coming out. Till next time, Slacker out.